everybody, thanks for joining me today. Today we're going to make an amethyst and silver metal bracelet. I got the beautiful beads from Beauty and the Bead. Let's have fun crafting. I just love amethyst. I think it's a beautiful stone. Here's a close-up of one I have with some really pretty drusies on it. And it's a great stone. I mean, it's good for, yes, February is your birthstone, but it's also great for year-round, and who doesn't love purple? So this bracelet is made with a silver heart, liverback, rhinestone pave clasp, and some different sizes and textures and cuts of amethyst. So I love to make multi-strand bracelets, and when I do, I love to have different shapes of stones. So it just has a nice little flash off of the faucets, as well as it has a nice texture to it. So it kind of livens up the wrist with different looks on each strand. And these are all available at Beauty and the Beads, and I will have the link on the YouTube channel so you can purchase everything there. They also have this really pretty clasp. They have some different clasps and sizes, and they're both in silver and gold, so you have some variety to choose from. So how I start is, here's a close-up of one strand, is I'm going to go one particular bead, and I'm going to mix it up with the rondelle ones, and I'm going to have a rice bead, and I'm using a spiral one with a rondelle and then a curved round. So I have a pattern here of the and this is for a 7.5-inch bracelet, so depending on what size you want, you might change your pattern. But basically I'm using different shapes of stones in a pattern, and I'm also using a 3mm silver daisy spacer bead as a way to separate the different stones, so that way you have a nice, it's kind of like a uniformative design, but it's also broken up with the different shapes. And now I have the largest ones here on the top on purpose of the wrist. That way we have a focal point on the top of the wrist. And I have the smaller ones going towards the back. The second strand, I have a pattern of 3 5mm rondelles broken up with 11/0 glass seed beads. And I'm using the 8mm rice bead. And so I have it going along the entire second strand like this. So I have 3 of the smaller beads separated by a larger rice bead. And in between each one, I'm using an 11/0 seed bead. For the last strand of this one, I'm out. I need to order some more. I use some 5mm round smooth amethyst beads. And again, I have them separated with the 11/0 glass seed bead. I love using glass seed beads. I think they're great for a seed bead alternative. They're going to be lighter than a metal bead, and also it just adds a nice simple way of incorporating a metal color without it being too heavy for a spacer bead. I think spacer beads are meant to be complementary to the bracelet and not overpower them, unless you want to have a big chunky bracelet with a larger spacer bead. I find that they're meant to kind of hide and tuck in between stones versus being overly powerful. So for this one, I'm going to start my heavier strand first. And so I'm going to bring my wire first through my number 1 round crimp bead. I'm using Beadalon, and I'm going to come up through my wire guard or wire protector. And I'm going to bring the wire back down through and then have it feed through my crimp bead again. And you want to have these gently pushed together so they're almost touching at the base, and then pull your wire through nice and tight. You want to leave a small gap so your tool can come in here and crimp. And I gently press down once and rotate it over to the side, and then I'm going to crimp and press down again. Now you want to crimp down hard enough to where you have this kind of hamburger look where the metal touches like this, but you don't want to press down too hard, or else you can snap and break the metal in the back, and then your crimp won't hold. If you're not sure if it's holding, just give it a little bit of a pull test. And then what I do next is cut down my wire and add a crimp cover. And I'm using a 3mm crimp cover, and I go around and just kind of tuck it there in the center. Sometimes it's a little, you have to make sure you get it on there. The other thing is you want to make sure you have that gap underneath the wire protector so your crimp cover can have space to fit around the crimp like this. And then I'm just going to use my pliers to gently press down on the edges so they fold over, and there we go. Okay, so how I did the first strand is I'm starting off with the spiral bead and the 3mm spacer bead, and I'm going to use a rondelle. So again, I'm going to have the rondelles nestled in between the other stones. It's kind of like a way to break up patterns and add a spacer bead as well as some texture to it. And a rice bead and the spacer bead and a rondelle. Those slide down. And I'm doing the 7.5 inch size, so you would want to mix up beads if you want to. And I'm going to have the larger round faceted, kind of like the tube shape amethyst, and a spacer bead again, and a rondelle. This is kind of a pattern, and a spacer bead, and the spiral bead. And as I'm nearing the middle of my bracelet, I'm going to have the larger beads centered on there that will sit on top of the wrist. And the rondelle bead. And now I'm going to use the larger bead. This will be what I have on the top part of the bracelet. So as you're beading it, it will sit in the center of the bracelet. You just want to bead it to where you want it to sit on your wrist at the top. So what I mean by that is using this one, I have the larger beads kind of resting across the top of the wrist. And then I'm just separating them out with the 3mm daisy spacer bead. And I'm going to use the other one. So but choose these ones, I'm just using this rondelle and the larger faceted round bead, or it's kind of like an oval shape. And then I'm going to go back to, so I have 1, 2, I need to do a third one. Yes, and then I'm going to travel back down to the smaller beads. Oh, I want that, it's a little bit more purple. I have both my kitties sleeping in here next to me right now. It's so cute. And the spacer bead, I'm going to go with the spiral and the rice bead, and I'm nearing the end of my length here, so I'm just going to double check where I'm at, see where I'm at with the first one. All right, and I need a rondelle and one more spacer, and I'm going to use the smaller rice one to end it. Actually, which one's more compact? The spiral one. And there we go. So here's a close-up again of the pattern. And let's scoop these ones over. And we're going to end this one. And again, when we're ending the bracelet, you just want to start with your crimp bead and your wire protector. Back up and around, and back through, and back through the crimp. And then again, I just pinch down these two together a little bit and pull my wire through like this. And then you just want to leave, again, a small gap so that way the beads can travel back up the wire and have flexibility to curve around the wrist. See right here, it's too tight. So I do need a little bit more room. You definitely want to practice before you crimp it in place how much room you have on the wire for your beads to travel back up, because that's what I need. And then I'm going to come with my crimping tools and crimp it down. And then add my wire guard, crimp cover. And this one is finished. And then when I add my crimp cover again, you just want to tuck in your crimp into the center and then gently press down so the edges overlap. And here we go with our top one. Yay! So then you'll want to do second strand. Again, I did this pattern. So I used the rice with like a 5mm rondelle in the middle. And then for the last one, I'm using a smaller amethyst. So I was using, you know, you want to use between a 5 and a 4 millimeter, I think. And I think I'm completely out. So normally I would bead a smaller strand here, like on the bracelet. Let me get that really quick. So for a close up on this one, I have the 5 millimeter smooth round like this. And then I'm using 11O seed beads. So yes. I do not have any I can demonstrate with. Well, I guess I could use this one. It's a slightly different color purple though. But anyways, you just want to have the 3 strands. And again, I like to go from small, medium, large, you know, so that way they complement each other and they, you know, they kind of stack down and it's not too chunky. I mean, if you wanted to have 3 strands that were chunkier like this, that would also be a pretty look. You could do 2 of the top row the same and then like a middle. That would also be nice if you want to have a chunkier one. But for me, I kind of like to have them a little bit more like this way. So how we're going to finish it off is, let me grab this one again, is I combine everything together with a jump ring. I'm just going to take apart this one and demonstrate with it. And I gathered all of the bracelet ends together with the 6 millimeter heavy gauge jump ring like this. I have all the strands on one, and then I'm just bringing it around this clasp. The clasp has one large ring, so you can just go around it. Oops. There we go. And then I brought all 3 strands together on the other side with another 6 millimeter jump ring. And then I have a 9 millimeter jump ring going through the end for the clasp to latch onto like this. And it's really easy clasp to use. It's nice. It opens and closes relatively easily. And then here's a close-up of the bracelet. And then you can add charms and stuff like that on a connecting jump ring. I usually pick this side where I don't have my clasp. That way the charms aren't in the way of opening and closing the bracelet. So here's a close-up of it again. All these beads are available at Beauty and the Bead, and so is the clasp. Thanks for joining me today. I really appreciate it. I hope you'll tune in for future videos. And if you have any questions, feel free to send me an email or a message on Facebook or Instagram. And thanks so much for joining me today. Have a great day.